The new baseball release. It is 2025 Topps Update Series Baseball, and we have 3 jumbo boxes of Update ready to rock in a pick-your-team format. Congratulations to Matt. His White Sox spot came out on top, which means he's getting the Nationals as a freebie team. That's what we do here with our pick-your-team breaks. If you buy a team outright, you are entered in to win one of the top teams in the break, that being the Washington Nationals. So, let's see what we got. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. You've been on mute? What do you mean you've been on mute? Update special packs. We'll save those for last. All right, box 1. 1 auto, 2 patches. This is what we were looking for. Jamie Westbrook. Ooh, got an auto, too. We're going to hide that off to the side to 688 of 2025 for the Rays. And our first auto of the break is going to the Seattle Mariners, Bryce Miller. On-card auto. The Mariners belonging to Jaywalk. Very clean auto. Add that. Donovan Solano with the sandblasted, the PCA silver. Cam Smith. What we got here? Shiny Cam Smith. Juan Soto, Night Terrors. Is this the... Hold on. I don't think Night Terrors is the case hit. But I'm second guessing it now. I can't remember if Night Terrors is the case hit. So we got Juan Soto. Hold on. We might need to come back and hit a nice bump music for that. I can't remember what the short prints are for this one off the top of my head. We've had all this time waiting, and I could have been looking at the details for the break. But nah. All right, back to. Backwards Padre. It is David Morgan to 250 on the purple. Caleb Durbin. Oh, it's a wood. To 25, 6 to 25, Caleb Durbin Wood. Brew Crew. Kent. Look at that. Very nice. Rookie Caleb Durbin. Tyler Mahle, silver. Manny Machado, All-Star game. Luke Ketchall. And a Topps Black Gold Aaron Judge. Very nice. Pretty darn good pack. Good stuff. And we got to pause between our packs here with all the shiny cards we've accumulated. Good problem to have. 10 packs per box in these jumbos. Oh, so Night Terrors is just okay. So yeah, I top loaded a card that has no significance because it was not a parallel. That's okay. Not the first time that's occurred for me. That's for sure. What we got here? We got Manuel Margot, Sandblast. We got a All-Star Game Scooble, Bryce Harper. MVP Justin Morneau. Insert. So are there what's the is there a case hit? Or is the Topps Series 1 and 2 and update too cool for that? Might be too cool for that. I don't know. Luis Torrens, Rafael Devers, Francisco Lindor, James Wood, Bleacher Reachers, Shohei Ohtani, looking for 2 patches still. Luke Ketchall, and that's one of them right there for the Minnesota Twins. The Twins belonging to Tyson. Nice little gray pinstripe there. Cal Quantrill. Jacob Wilson, silver. Ballesteros for the Cubbies. Cam Smith, mystical Cam Smith. That's for the Astros. How could you forget about the mystical inserts? Michael Peterson. Chris Sale, silver. Mike Trout. Paul Goldschmidt. I did not realize he was MVP with the Cardinals. Felt like a Diamondbacks days thing that he did, but the time it does fly, that is for sure. For sure. Home field advantage. I knew that. I forgot. I forgot that was a thing. Rising rookies, Kevin Alcantara for the Cubbies. Cubs going to Tyson. One of the teams in helping us close things out. Rising rookies. Hayden Birdsong. Fernando Tatis Jr. Young Hoo Lee for the Giants. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? They went from 163 million cards printed to 228. The set killed a whole forest. That is insane. Grant Wolfram, that's going to be 2025, 864 of 2025. Dustin May on the Sandblast. Jazz Chisholm on the All-Star. Blake Snell. And a Mystical, Matt Shaw. %10 increase in jumbos. I mean, wow. I don't think I could have ever guessed that it was that significant of a jump. Marcelo Mayer. Ooh, it's green. How about that? Topps Black Gold green to 99 for the Red Sox. And Stacy. Picking up the Mayer to 99. Will Wilson. Aaron Judge. PCA. Wow. That's crazy. $1.5 autos per box? Huh. I know it guarantees one. Final pack of box one. Veteran Rising Suns. This is going to be a nicer lower number. 62 of 150. Veteran combos. Otani and Sasaki. How's Sasaki a veteran? How's that work? Dodgers, Chad. Picking up that one. Hayden Singer. Javi Baez, silver. Nick Kurtz. On that one there. James Wood, Night Terrors. As we now know, that is not a special short print. Again, live and learn. Oops. All right, Sound Box 2. We're going to crack these card packs open first out of all 10, and then we will sift through them. There's our update packs. We'll save those for last. Empty box. All right, here we go. Denzel Clark to 150 on the blue. Very nice. Caleb Freeman, silver. Julio Rodriguez, all-star. Chandler Simpson. Got our auto. It is Seth Johnson. Seth Johnson for the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies belonging to Tyson. Eric Yang. Matt Boyd. Aaron Judge. Carlos Santana, silver. Max Fried, silver. Chase Dollander for the Rockies. Named Mookie Betts, black, , . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Do a quick sleeve run here. So we make our way through box number 2 of 3. All right. We continue. Jack Leiter, silver. Vladimir Guerrero, all-star. Marcelo Mayer. Jonathan Rodriguez. That is going to be numbered to 2025. Got another auto coming up here. This is 11 of 2025. Very nice. And a bonus auto, Chad Patrick for the Brew Crew. 9 of 99. Brewers, Kent. Picking up the Chad Patrick rookie auto. Drew Rasmussen to 250 for the Rays. The Rays. Tyson. Ronald Acuna, or Luis Angel Acuna, excuse me. All-Star Game Robbie Ray. Mackenzie Gore for the Nationals. Nick Kurtz, Mystical. All right. Halfway through box number 2. All right. Luis Angel Acuna early on, Mystical? Is that not numbered? Not numbered. Kind of shocking that's not. Chad Patrick, silver. Shohei, all-star. Ronald Acuna Jr. And Christian Campbell for the Red Sox. Cade Gibson and Garrett Crochet for the Red Sox. And I'll take this one off the top just because it's sitting here. A Shohei Ohtani. Before we get to the next round of the stack. It reminds me of those Lisa Frank folders and stuff from the 90s. which is definitely probably the inspiration. Yeah. Which one was a photo variation? Dylan Cruz, Major League material for the Nationals. Going to Matt. Evan Kravitz, Jeremy Pena, Justin Verlander, dugout. Garrett Crochet? It's an all-star game. Yeah. I was like, I don't think so, but it's so easy to miss things when opening this set. It's anybody's guess. All right, last stack of box 2. Eric Orzi for the Rays. 128 of 2025. Dalton Rushing, rising rookies for the Dodgers. Dodgers, Chad. Mark Church, Gleyber Torres, and Max Muncy. Oop, slipping on me. Drew Avans to 2025, 85 of 2025. Blaine Krim, 87 of 99 for the Texas Rangers. The Rangers belonging to Tyson. The Blaine Krim. Christian Campbell. Yamamoto. Robert Hassel, third for the Nationals. All right. The other Max Muncy. The pain of all the White Sox pitchers. You brought that upon yourself. All right. There we go. Empty box. Here we go. Final box. Let's make it a good one. (19/150), Matt Shaw for the Cubbies. Cubs going to Tyson. Garrett McDaniels for the Angels. Casey Mize. Cade Horton. And Jackson Jobe. Got our auto. It is Nico Cavadas for the Angels. Angels going to Tyson. Very simple auto there. Grant Coach. Jacob deGrom. Lou Gehrig. There you go. That's a cool one for the Yanks. Ken Griffey Jr. Omar Cruz. That is going to be to 2025. Roki Sasaki. Ronald Acuna Jr. Haesung Kim. Strata. Will Smith. Tyler Soderstrom. Ooh, Thomas Harrington. Not the Pirates pitcher we were hoping for, but still, Thomas Harrington, the auto there for the Pirates, and Tyson. Snow Paul Skeens. But still an auto. Nick Kurtz. Logan Webb. Mickey Mantle. Another quick top load run. I wish they would just change it up though, because I mean I feel like we've been seeing the 1990 retros for a while. It's just like, okay, we know what this is. I think they would have a rookie card in both because technically it's the same year. I mean, Roki Sasaki's got. I think it's more the update series will have the actual photo, like photography, with like more like focus things like the debut dates and everything. All right, final stack before we get to our bonus packs. Got 6 of them. We found 2 autos, looking for 2 patches. Ooh, what is this? Bleacher Reachers Pete Alonso? Oh, it's colored. Is it numbered? Not numbered, still. Parallel. Matt Shaw. Are your eyes deceiving you again? Kyle Schwarber. Augustine Ramirez for the Marlins. All right, starting off with a numbered card to 250. Eli White for the Braves. Going to Tyson. Wilmer Flores. Ellie De La Cruz. Bobby Witt. Gunnar Henderson Mystical. Alan Roden. That's going to be to 2025. 1650 to 2025 for the Blue Jays and Tyson. And Drake Baldwin. Speaking of the Rookie of the Year, it's going to the Braves and Tyson. Drake Baldwin. Major League material of the National League Rookie of the Year. Very nice. Luis Guerrero Jr. Caminero. Zach Veen. Dalton Rushing for the Dodgers. Dodgers and Chad with the player worn memorabilia gray patch. Randy Rodriguez, Ryan O'Hearn, Spencer Torkelson, Bryce Harper, Mystical, ooh, Marcelo Mayer, the gold. Very nice for the Red Sox. Stacy. The gold ink back. Very nice. Jonathan India. Randy Azarena. Ken Griffey Jr. Old Mariners uniform. All right. One more quick sleeve run. We'll get to our update packs. I go through a whole nother thing of sleeves. All the shine that we're getting here. All right. 6 update packs. See if we can pull some extra autos. Juan Soto, Pedro Martinez, Thomas Harrington, Greg Maddux to 99. Very nice. That's for the Braves and Tyson. Joe Mauer, Kobe Mayo, David Wright, and Mark McGuire. Austin Riley, Will Smith, Kyle Schwarber, and Moises Ballesteros for the Cubbies. Tyson to 199. Very nice. Ballesteros. Maybe the probably the full-time DH next year for the Cubs. Very nice. That's one to hold on to, if I had to guess. He can mash. He's got a big bat. Not the greatest fielder, but he has a very strong bat. Darryl Strawberry, Miguel Cabrera, Dylan Cruz, and Aaron Judge. Two more black packs to go. Roger Clemens, Edgar Cuero, AJ Blaball, and Greg Maddux. That one's not numbered. All right, final pack. Johnny Bench, Hank Aaron, Colton Cowser, and Colton Cowser to 75 for the Orioles and Tyson. So we pull up one extra auto out of the bonus packs. But that is going to do it for 3 jumbo boxes of 2025 Topps Update Series Baseball. Thank you, everybody.